ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवै गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad-gītā as it is, and the chapter is entitled Opulence of the Absolute. In the third text, Krishna says, "He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme lord of all the worlds, he only, undiluted among men, is freed from all sin." And then it goes, and in the 7th it says, "One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt." So before the war, we all know that Arjun had cold feet. He did not want to fight this war. And as a result, there was a conversation between Krishna and Arjun, where Arjun gave some logic why he doesn't want to fight this war. And then Krishna then started reasoning and giving him the logic why he should fight instead. And then he started giving him the knowledge of the real self. So until now, there is a question answer round. Arjun has many questions and Krishna is giving answer to those questions. And if Krishna is saying something, then Arjun questions back saying that, can you please expand on that, or how am I to understand? So this is up till this point, until this point. Now the next four verses, 10.8, 9, 10, and 11 is the essence of complete Bhagavad-gītā. It's the Chatushloki Gita, meaning if one has had to understand Bhagavad-gītā in short verses, these are the four verses that comprise of complete Bhagavad-gītā and the knowledge that one needs to get. So when the fight was over, Arjun goes to Dwarka with Lord Krishna. And after some time, Yudhishthira Maharaj gets all the bad omen. And he thinks, or he believes, that Kali Yuga has begun. Arjun comes back after a long duration of time and he's crying. He's in tears. And then there's a conversation. Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking various questions. And Arjun is he is too depressed to say anything. And then in the end, then Yudhishthira Maharaj asks, did our beloved Lord Krishna departed? And then he said, yes, that's okay. Lord Krishna is no more with us. And then Arjun, he starts remembering all the times he had with Lord Krishna. How Lord Krishna saved him from the greatest of calamities. It is said that 25,000 Arjun equaled one Bhishma Pitama. Can you imagine? 25,000 Arjun together would be able to face Bhishma Pitama. Not 24,000, not 23,000. And here there was just one Arjun facing Bhishma Pitama. This is how great Bhishma Pitama was. And then they had great warriors. There was Ashwatthama, there was Karn, there was the Guru, Dronacharya, who taught Arjun and the Pandavas, and he was a very skilled warrior himself. And Arjun was facing all these warriors. And he's remembering, how is it possible that they still won? Jayadratha. So he killed Abhimanyu. And then Arjun took a vow that tomorrow, if I don't kill Jayadratha, I am going to lay my life down. I am going to commit suicide at the sunset. And then both of them, they are fighting. And all of a sudden, Krishna says, the horses are hungry. We need to feed the horse. Now the fight is midway and they have to feed the horse. Arjun has complete conviction. We would have been so much agitated at that point that, are you serious? We are in the middle of a crucial fight. If I don't kill Jayadratha, Jayadratha is nowhere to be found, and you needed to take care of the horses, and instead you are saying that they are hungry. And then Arjun did not say anything like that. They go, the horses are chewing on the grasses. Both Krishna and Arjun, they are having conversation, friendly conversation. The horses are fed properly. They come back, and then there is sunset. And we all know the story. How Krishna, he put on a show of illusion. And then Jayadratha comes, and then Arjun kills Jayadratha. That was also impossible because Jayadratha had this boon from his father that whoever chops your body part in the ground, they would be shattered to pieces. Meaning, whoever puts Jayadratha's head down on the ground, that person would die. Now Arjun did that, but still Arjun is alive. How? Because Krishna told Arjun that you need to kill Jayadratha at a certain angle, in a certain direction, at a certain speed. Again, Arjun did not question why. It was so simple. Jayadratha was standing just some meters apart. All Arjun had to do was just shoot an arrow and kill Jayadratha. But Krishna said, no, this is the specific way in which you have to shoot the arrow. And Arjun does that. And the arrow takes the head, chops off the head of Jayadratha and takes the head far away into the cave where the father of Jayadratha was sitting in meditation with his eyes closed. And the head comes in the lap of the father, and before opening his eyes, the father becomes so angry that he throws the head on the ground. Now he was the one who had given the boon that whoever puts your head on the ground will die. So in one arrow, both Jayadratha and his father were dead. And who could do this? Krishna. So Arjuna is remembering all these things. How Krishna saved them. And these are just few instances. There are hundreds and thousands of such instances in Mahabharata. How Krishna saved Arjuna and how Krishna saved the Pandavas. So he's remembering, and at the end, then he turns again to the words of Krishna, the Vani of Krishna, that is Bhagavad-gītā. And that gives him solace. That gives him peace. So until this point, there is conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. But right after these 4 verses, the Chatu Shloki, Chatu means 4, Shlok means verses, Gita. After these 4 verses of Bhagavad-gītā, Arjun regains his eternal, his spiritual consciousness, and for the first time, Arjun declares, Param Brahma, Param Dhamam, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. That, oh yes, Krishna, yes, indeed, you are who you say. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then, Devo Asito Narado, he says, right? That Deval Asit Narad, and I am confirming, and you yourself have confirmed. So for the first time now, Arjun realizes that yes, he is not only my friend, he is the Supreme Person. And then Krishna, then he goes on telling his Aishwarya, who he really is. And then Arjun starts shaking and shivering that, my goodness, I thought he was just my friend, but he is the Supreme God. Okay. So with that, let's dive into the first verse of Chatushloki Gita. Chapter 10, verse 8. You can all raise your hands. Chaitanya Prabhu is going to align. And this verse, Chaitanya Prabhu, you recite.
Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samandita. Translation: I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
Yeah. Now there are 3 things that a Shastra has to offer, or any Shastra has to offer is 3 things. What is that? Sambandh, Abhiday, and Prayojan. Sambandh is the relationship. The relationship between the audience and the speaker, or the relationship between the speaker and the subject matter. Second is Abhiday. What needs to be done? What should be the purpose? And Prayojan. is what happens once you achieve your goal. This particular verse of Bhagavad-gītā has all three. There is Sambandh, there is Abhiday, and there is Prayojan. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from. This is the Sambandh. Our relationship with Krishna is everything emanates from me. Now, if we see the first two sentences, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Okay? And the second sentence is everything emanates from me. So if you see, you would feel that they are the same sentences, isn't it? I am the source. So of course everything would emanate from me, isn't it? Why is Krishna repeating the same sentence? It is because that emanate means currently to maintain something. And Krishna is saying this because there are three kind of theism. There is theistic people, there is atheistic people. So theists are those astic people who believe that there is God and who believe in scriptures. That is theist. Atheist is someone who doesn't believe in God and scriptures. But there is someone in between. And they believe that yes, there is a creator, someone who has created us, a God, but that God does not control anything. He has just created and left. So, there are uncertainties in this world. There are untold stories. So this is a gray area of people who would say that, okay, you can also become God. Or Krishna was so wonderful that he became God. Or Ram was so wonderful that he attained the position of God. So this is in between. They don't deny there is a God, but they don't understand what God is. So to clarify, Krishna is saying that not only I am the source, meaning I am the creator of all the spiritual and material worlds, everything emanates from me. I also maintain everyone. It's complete, absolute. And the wise who perfectly know this, so this is Prayojan, to know. And what is Abhiday? Engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So the process is that we engage in Krishna's worship. This is the Abhiday. What we have to do, what should be the purpose? To engage in my devotional service and worship me. And what is the prayojan? What is the end result? You would know me. Okay? So let's see the purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya and who knows how to apply these teachings can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds, and because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Now again, first things first, to attain Krishna, or to enter the pastimes of Radharani and Krishna, we have to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we directly try to jump into the pastimes of Radharani and Krishna, then it is impossible. There is no possibility. There won't be entrance for us. So that is why we first have to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, if we directly try to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, impossible. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will never give you his shelter directly. So how do we do that? So we have to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram, who is his brother. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radharani and Krishna in one form, in one body. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram. So we have to take shelter of Balaram. Okay, how do we take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu? We can only take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu because he is a Guru Tattva through a Guru. Through Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is not here. How are we going to take shelter? So we have to be connected to his parampara. That means we have to take a spiritual master, a living spiritual master. This is the connection. So that spiritual master will connect us to Prabhupada. Prabhupada would connect us to Rupa Goswami, the Shad Goswamis. They would connect us to Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu would connect us to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then only we'll be able to relish the pastimes of Radharani and Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. We cannot surpass or bypass this chain of disciplic succession. So that is the first thing. Second thing, there are two worlds, spiritual and material, and Krishna is the origin of both spiritual and material world, not only of the material but of the spiritual world as well. We have done this many times. We have explained this in our previous classes. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. Who? Someone who is completely fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. All Vedic literatures agree that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiv, and all other demigods. In the Atharva Ved, Gopal Tatani Upanishad 124, it is said, it was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, the Narayana Upanishad 1 says, then the Supreme Personality Narayan desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues. From Narayan, Brahma is born, and from Narayan, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayan, Indra is born. From Narayan, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayan, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayan, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayan is an expansion of Krishna. Okay? So in the first class of Srimad Bhagavatam, we have done this in complete detail. Janmadasya yatonvayati tarata chatesha vigyaswara tene brahmaridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsuraya. So in the Janmadasya, I explained you the complete descendants of Krishna, how he takes avatar. So he is the supreme. Who confirms this? Bhagavad-gītā 5.29. It is confirmed. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam jatpamam shantim richati. He confirms there, I am the Maheshwar of everyone. I am the Lord. 7.7. Mattal paratarat nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamitam prottam sutra manikana iva. Again he confirms he is God. 7.19 Bhagavad-gītā again. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabham. Then this verse 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate. Again he is confirming I am the source of all the spiritual and material world. Lord Brahma, he confirms in Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigrahanadirādir Govindam Sarva Karane Karanam. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So he is also confirming. Bhagavatam confirms. Iti Chamsa Kalha Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokim Rakti Yuge. Lord Shiva confirms in Puranas. He said, Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhana Param. Of all the Aradhana, Vishnu Aradhana is the Param. So you turn to the pages of Puran, you turn to the pages of the Vedas, Bhagavad-gītā, Bhagavatam, you would come to the same conclusion. And Lord Brahma, who has created all, he has done the secondary creation, he is confirming the same thing. In 1:5, and I think in the 5th chapter of the first canto also, he confirms the same thing. Who? Lord Brahma. That when Narad Muni says, are you the supreme? He says, no, you must be a fool. You are definitely under illusion to think I am supreme. I am not supreme. It is Krishna who is supreme. So there's so much evidences in the Shastra that he is the origin of both the spiritual and the material world. And then from Krishna actually comes Balaram. Then Balaram further expands into Mool Sankarshan, then Mahasankarshan, Narayan, then we have the Chaturvyu formation of Sudarshan, Vasudev, Aniruddha and Pradyumna, then there is the second Chaturvyu expansion, then there is Mahavishnu, then there is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, then there is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. From Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes Lord Brahma, and then he does the secondary creation of all the living entities, the demigods, the demons and everyone. So you will find this in detail in the first class of Srimad Bhagavatam, where this Prabhu has posted, or if not, he will post the link in the group. Moving ahead, so it is said in the same Vedas, Brahmanyo Devaki Putra, the son of Devaki, Krishna is the Supreme Personality, Narayana Upanishad 4. Then it is said, Eko Vai Narayana Asin Na Brahman Neshano Napo Nagni Savaho Neve Dvait Aprathveda Nakshatranina Surya. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayan. There was no Brahma, no Shiv, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven and earth, no stars in the sky, no sun. Maha Upanishad 1.2. In the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiv was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiv, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma section of the Mahabharata, Krishna also says, Prajapatim cha rudram chapi aham eva srijami vai tauhi mam na vijnanito mama maya vimohito. The patriarch Shiv and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Vara Puran, it is also said, Narayana paro devas tasmat jata chaturmukha tasmat rudra bhavad deva ta cha sarva jnanat gata. Jatam gata. Narayan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. Now, in the previous verse, you would say, Krishna is saying, from my forehead, Shiva was born. And from the Bhagavatam, we know that Brahma created Lord Shiva, or Rudra was born of Lord Brahma. So, how to understand this? As I've told you many times, this is called Kalpabhed. So the stories, they go on with minor variations. There are minute variations. Okay? So this is how you understand this. That in one kalpa, he was born from Brahma, who? Rudra or Lord Shiva. And in some other kalpa, he was born from the forehead of Lord Krishna or Narayan. So the story would go the same, but there would be minute deviation. Not deviation, but there would be minute change in the details. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He said, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me. No one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way, from a bona fide spiritual master with references from Vedic literature, engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations of Bhagavad-gītā and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. So what Krishna says, 4.9, Janma karma cha me tityam evam yo veti tattvata tattva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna. So he's saying you have to understand that my life, my activities, my lila, and my jan, my appearance is transcendental. That is beyond the modes of material nature. But understand this by fact. What is fact? Fact means truth, knowledge, through Shastra by a bona fide spiritual master. Right? He says, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadarshante te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. So someone who has understood the fact, the truth, tattvadarshi, they can tell you this tattva. And you have to take shelter of that guru. So this is the sequence to understand Krishna. I cannot just open any literature book and I would assume that I've understood Krishna. No. Only someone who knows Krishna can give me Krishna. I can give you 5 euros only if I have 5 euros. Right? So we can never achieve Krishna or understand Bhagavad-gītā on our own. We need a spiritual master. We need a guru. Moving ahead. Next verse, 10.9. Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu. Can you hear me? Who is next in queue? Yes. Yes. Are you able to hear me? Can't hear you, Prabhu. Who would recite this?
Krishni Mataji, can you hear me? Sorry.
Hare Krishna. मच्चित्ता मद्गत प्राणा बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च. Translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
Thank you. Pure devotees, whose characteristics are mentioned here, engage themselves fully in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Their minds cannot be diverted from the lotus feet of Krishna. Their talk are solely on the transcendental subjects. The symptoms of the pure devotees are described in this verse specifically. Devotees of the Supreme Lord are 24 hours daily engaged in glorifying the qualities and pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Their hearts and souls are constantly submerged in Krishna, and they take pleasure in discussing him with other devotees. Someone had asked this question in temple, I think when Keshav Maharaj was here, that how do we know who is a pure devotee? This is the definition. This is the definition of devotee, that they always converse about Krishna with each other. In the preliminary stage, okay, so Prabhupada would say that I have opened this institution so that like-minded people can come and discuss about Krishna. Okay, I read this today, I would discuss. What did you read today? I have this question. Do you know the answer to this? So this is how devotees should meet with each other. Always be hungry to know more about Krishna. That is the sign of a pure devotee. How do I improve myself spiritually, uplift myself spiritually should be the discussion when we meet a devotee. And this is how we know who is a pure devotee. In the preliminary stage of devotional service, they relish the transcendental pleasure from the service itself. And in the mature stage, they are actually situated in love of God. So it all starts with service. When we enter the temple, when we are new, we should go and serve in the temple. We should go and serve Guru and devotee. And through that service only, love for Krishna is going to develop. Once situated in that transcendental position, they can relish the highest perfection which is exhibited by the Lord in his abode. Lord Chaitanya likens transcendental devotional service to the sowing of a seed in the heart of the living entity. There are innumerable living entities traveling throughout the different planets of the universe. And out of them, there are a few who are fortunate enough to meet a pure devotee and get the chance to understand devotional service. Again, there are innumerable living entities traveling throughout the different planets of the universe. There is 14 planets in our universe. There are millions and billions of such universe. And there are people living on those planets. And it is by mercy of a devotee that someone comes into contact of Bhagavad-gītā and Bhagavatam. It's pure mercy. This devotional service is just like a seed, and it is sown in the heart of a living entity, and if he goes on hearing and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, that seed fructifies just as the seed of a tree fructifies with regular watering. So the verse goes, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Ji, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beej. Brahmand Brahmite. Brahmand means universes. Brahmite means wandering. Brahmand Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Ji. Someone who is very Bhagyavan, who is very lucky, fortunate. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beej. They would get the prasad, the mercy of Guru and Krishna, and then they would get that seed of bhakti would be sown in their heart. But it is for the very fortunate soul. It is not for everyone, this gift. The reason we are on this call and the reason we are able to chant is because we all have mercy of Krishna. This is called Ahetuki Kripa, causeless mercy. We don't deserve this, but Krishna had mercy on us. He had mercy. And why he had mercy on us? Because someone prayed for us. A pure soul, a pure devotee, a Vaishnava, somewhere prayed for us to get bhakti. And then Krishna said, fine, tathastu. And then we are getting this seed of bhakti. So it's very rare. We are extremely fortunate. We have no idea how fortunate we are. The spiritual plant of devotional service gradually grows and grows until it penetrates the covering of the material universe and enters into the Brahma Jyotir effulgence in the spiritual sky. In the spiritual sky also that plant grows more and more until it reaches the highest planet, which is called Golok Vrindavan, the supreme planet of Krishna. Ultimately, the plant takes shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and rests there. Gradually, as the plant grows fruits and flowers, that plant of devotional service also produces fruits, and the watering process in the form of chanting and hearing goes on. This plant of devotional service is fully described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela chapter 19. It is explained that when the complete plant takes shelter under the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, one becomes fully absorbed in love of God. Then he cannot live even for a moment without being in contact with the Supreme Lord, just as a fish cannot live without water. In such a state, the devotee actually attains the transcendental qualities in contact with the Supreme Lord. So that devotee cannot live even for a moment when that seed grows into a complete plant. The Srimad Bhagavatam is also full of such narrations about the relationship between the Supreme Lord and his devotee. Therefore, the Srimad Bhagavatam is very dear to the devotees, as stated in the Bhagavatam itself, 12, 13, 18. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. In this narration, there is nothing about material activities, economic development, sense gratification, or liberation. Srimad Bhagavatam is the only narration in which the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord and his devotees is fully described. Thus, the realized souls in Krishna consciousness take continual pleasure in hearing such transcendental literatures, just as a young boy and girl take pleasure in association. So, it gets better and better. Nothing material will give you taste eternally. You can hear a song maybe 1,000 times, 2,000 times, but you will be bored of that song. You will be bored. You cannot say the same word again for more than 1,000 times a day. You will be bored. You will be tired. But do you know, we say Krishna's name at least 27,000 times a day when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds. This is just 16 rounds. Then we hear lectures, we attend Mangal Aarti, we go to the temple, we have so many lectures. It's just 27,000 and we are not bored of it. In a year, we are taking more than 10 million names of Krishna. And we go on for years and years and years. It is impossible if we were to take any one song of our liking, let's say our favorite song, Bollywood, Hollywood, whatever word it is. And do you think we can hear that 10 million times a year? Do you think we can hear that 27,000 times a day? It's not possible. We'll be satiated. But it's Krishna's name, because this name, Hare, Krishna and Ram, these three syllables are not from this material world. They are completely spiritual. That is why we are able to hear them and repeat them again and again. And so is Srimad Bhagavatam. The more you would dive into Bhagavatam, now we are in the second canto, it's just the philosophy. We are yet to dive into the pastimes of Bhagavatam. Once we do that, and then when we get to know our present acharyas, it will be mind-blowing actually. You would just leave everything and just want to hear more and more about Narottam Das Thakur. You would want to know more about the Shad Goswamis, Rupa Goswami in his Manjari form, or who are the Kinkaris, who are the Sakhis and their stories from various Puranas. You will be thrilled, and it has everything. You got a little glimpse when Keshav Maharaj shared, right? You got a little glimpse of the genius of Jeev Goswami. Similarly, Rupa Goswami, he was genius. Sanatan Goswami, the Brihad Bhagavatamrita that he has written of course it's out of this world, because that's the story of Gop Kumar, who is from spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan Dham, but you will be in tears. No TV serial, no movie would even dare to stand in that competition. Once we really dive into those, it's just because we are conditioned so much by Maya Devi, we don't have taste, unfortunately. But that is why we are chanting 16 rounds every single day. Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. Cheto Darpan Marjanam is in progress. Our chit is being cleansed every day. We are chanting our 16 rounds. And a day will come, we will fully be absorbed in these pastimes of Krishna, and this is all we'll be thinking. Okay, so I'll move ahead with our next word. Who will enlighten Prabhu?
Yes, Jyoti Mataji.
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं ये मामुपयान्ति ते. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Thank you. So with love, it is very important. Krishna does not want anything from us. What can I possibly offer Krishna? I don't have anything. Even the body does not belong to me. This is not my voice. This is not my eyes. Everything belongs to Krishna. So what can I offer with this body to Krishna? And like a fool, I think, oh, I offered 100 euros to Krishna. Really? Were those 100 euros belonging to me? No. It belonged to Krishna in the first place. So all Krishna wants from me is love. That's it. Krishna is not hungry when I am hungry actually, but I am using Krishna to purify my food. But when I prepare it for Krishna with love, then Krishna accepts that. And the bhog transforms into prasadam. So I am preparing bhog out of love for Krishna, that you know what, I have learned this new recipe, let me try for Krishna. Maybe he would like it as well. So with love and with complete enthusiasm I am preparing, I offer it to Krishna, and then Krishna takes the love. He doesn't eat the food, but he just eats the love. And then he returns it. And then that bhog transforms into prasadam, and I then take that prasadam. So love is very important. Let's see the purport. In this verse, the word buddhi yogam is very significant. We may remember that in the second chapter, the Lord instructing Arjun said that he had spoken to him of many things and that he would instruct him in the way of buddhi yoga. Now, buddhi yoga is explained. Buddhi yoga itself is action in Krishna consciousness, that is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go back home, back to Godhead, and take fully to Krishna consciousness in devotional service, his action is called Buddhi Yoga. In other words, Buddhi Yoga is the process by which one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. The ultimate goal of progress is Krishna. People do not know this, therefore, the association of devotees and a bona fide spiritual master are important. This is a must. This is not, optional. We can never get the knowledge of scriptures without a guru. And without a guru, we can never go back to Krishna. One should know that the goal is Krishna, and when the goal is assigned, then the path is slowly but progressively traversed, and the ultimate goal is achieved. When a person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruits of activities, he is acting in karma yoga. When he knows that the goal is Krishna but he takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna, he is acting in Jnana Yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, which is complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfection stage of life. Understood? So the first one is, the person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruits of activities. I know that my goal is Krishna, but I am addicted to many things. I am addicted to sleeping. I am addicted to eating too much. I am addicted to gossiping. Whatever, I am addicted to becoming the CEO of my company. I want to earn more and more. So this is, but somehow I know that, Krishna, I should be Krishna conscious. So whatever I am doing, now I am offering it to Krishna. So that is Karma Yoga. I wouldn't, okay, so today is Ekadasi, but let's say tomorrow I want to eat chole bhature, okay, in Paran time. So I want to eat, okay, Krishna doesn't want to eat, I want to eat chole bhature, so I will prepare chole bhature. So it was my desire, my karma, but I am offering it to Krishna, that is why it becomes Karma Yoga. My desire clubbed with Krishna. The second is that he knows the goal is Krishna, but takes pleasure in mental speculations to understand Krishna. He is acting in the Jnana Yoga. Meaning, I study Bhagavad-gītā, I study Bhagavatam, I study Ramayana, Mahabharata, but then I become the author myself and I start interpreting as per my wishes. I want to become popular, so maybe I would interpret and I would say that, you know what, after reading Bhagavad-gītā, you can become Krishna, you can become God. I am also God. You take shelter of me. So this is that I am speculating. Jnana Yoga. And the Mayavadis, they fall under this category of Jnana Yoga. There is Jnana because we are reading scriptures, Yoga, but still there is interpretation, Sahajiya Panti. And when the goal is Krishna and the action also matches with Krishna, then that is called pure Bhakti Yoga. Krishna wants to eat Karela, bitter gourd. I don't like bitter gourd, but because Krishna likes, tomorrow in the paran, I will prepare bhog of bitter gourd and I will offer it to Krishna. And this is bhakti yoga, because I have no desire of eating. It's Krishna's desire. So this is the difference between these three yogas. A person may have a bona fide spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but if he is still not intelligent enough to make progress, then Krishna from within give him instruction so that he may ultimately come to him without difficulty. The qualification is that a person always engage himself in Krishna consciousness and with love and devotion render all kinds of services. So your Guru Maharaj gives you an umbrella and says, when it rains, open. You did not open the umbrella, so you will become wet. Had you opened the umbrella, it would have saved you from the rain. So similarly, we got initiation, we came in contact with devotees and everything, but now we are not following the regulative principles. We are not chanting our rounds attentively. We are not we are not doing any seva to the temple. So we are not opening the umbrella and we won't go back to Krishna. Doesn't matter if we are initiated. So we have to take the full opportunity by applying what has been told to us by our Guru Maharaj. If a devotee is not intelligent enough to make progress on the path of self-realization, but is sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service, the Lord gives him a chance to make progress and ultimately attain to him. Okay? So let's go to the last words of Chatushloki Gita.
Yes, Abhishek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Bol.
तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थ महमज्ञानमजन्तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्पता. Translation: To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Yeah. Now Krishna says what he does for us. Okay? So let's go to the last verse here. He says, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So it's a reciprocation. But now here, in the final words, he's saying what he will do to us, for us. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their heart, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So today in the morning program also, I was asked few questions, right? Like the attachment with the family, and though we understand it that we should not be, but how do we do that practically? So later when I was chanting, the answer clicked me. I mean, I answered you, but a better answer clicked me. And that is that all we need to do is try to become Krishna conscious and leave the rest, and Krishna will do the rest for us actually. So whatever it is Krishna's responsibility that he will do. Let's say I have some addiction. Let's say I am unable to give up eating something I'm not supposed to eat. Okay, it's not veg, let's say. I am a non-vegetarian. But somehow I have come in contact with the devotees and they are telling me all this philosophy. I am trying. I try 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, but then no, it's impossible. I am addicted. 4 day, again I eat. Then again I'm trying 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Again it hits me and I'm again eating. Don't worry. You just hold on to something. What is that holding on? That is chanting of Krishna and hearing his pastimes, Bhagavatam and chanting. Just do that. 1 round, 2 rounds, every single day, and hearing 10 minutes, 15 minutes, Prabhupada lecture or whoever you are aspiring from. And trust me, within months, the thing you thought was impossible, eating non-veg or drinking liquor or smoking or whatever bad addiction you have, it is guaranteed. Why? Because now Krishna is working for you. He will do the job for you. You don't have to worry anymore. Okay? So he says, to show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. When Lord Chaitanya was in Banaras, promulgating the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, thousands of people were following him. Prakashananda Saraswati, a very influential and learned scholar in Banaras, at that time derided Lord Chaitanya for being a sentimentalist. Sometimes Mayavadi philosophers criticize the devotees because they think the most of the devotees are in the darkness of ignorance and are philosophically naive sentimentalists. Actually, that is not the fact. There are very, very learned scholars who have put forward the philosophy of devotion. But even if a devotee does not take advantage of the literatures or of his spiritual master, if he is sincere in his devotional service, he is held by Krishna himself within his heart. So the sincere devotee engaged in Krishna consciousness cannot be without knowledge. The only qualification is that one carry out devotional service in full Krishna consciousness. So Prakashanand Saraswati, he was one of the top. So at that time, 550 years back, Banaras was the capital, the educational capital of the world. People from all across the world would come to study in Banaras. Like now people would go to Oxford or Cambridge. They used to come to Banaras at that time. And Prakashanand Saraswati was one of the topmost educated person of Banaras. He was a impersonalist. He believed that whatever we all know the definition, okay? Now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he used to chant and dance Hare Krishna Mahamantra on the streets. He would do Nagar Sankirtan. And everyone knew that Nimai Pandit, formerly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was known as Nimai Pandit. He was a brilliant scholar, Nimai Pandit. And there was this news spread throughout that he is one of the most scholarly person, Nimai Pandit. So Prakashanand Saraswati would be very amazed, and he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said that you are a sannyasi, you are so scholarly, why do you dance and chant like beggars on the street? What is this? You should sit with all of us and study Shastras. We should have discussion on the Shastras. What is this that you keep doing? This is not good for you. And then Mahaprabhu would reply, you know what, Ami Murk, I am a fool. And my spiritual master, he knew that I am a fool. He said that you have no credibility. So that is why you just dance and chant Krishna's name. Maybe that is going to save you. This is the answer in humility by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Prakashanand Saraswati. Mayavadi philosophers are those who say that there is no form to Krishna. He is formless. Or everyone is Brahman. You, I, and everyone, we are all God. This is the philosophy. So the Mayavadi philosophers think that without discriminating, one cannot have pure knowledge. For them, this answer is given by the Supreme Lord. Those who are engaged in pure devotional service, even though they be without sufficient education and even without sufficient knowledge of the Vedic principles, are still held by the Supreme God as stated in this verse. The Lord tells Arjuna that basically there is no possibility of understanding the Supreme Truth. He says in the 7th chapter, 7.3 it is, right? Manushyanam sahastreshu kashchit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kashchinnam veti tatvata. So he says that it is almost impossible. And then again he says further in the 7th chapter, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. Mam tu vedana kaschana means that you cannot understand me. I know past, present, future of each and every living entity. But me, no one knows. So he says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by speculating for the Supreme Truth is so great that it is not possible to understand him or to achieve him simply by making a mental effort. Man can go on speculating for several millions of years, and if he is not devoted, if he is not a lover of the Supreme Truth, he will never understand Krishna or the Supreme Truth. Only by devotional service is the Supreme Truth, Krishna, pleased. By his inconceivable energy, he can reveal himself to the heart of the pure devotee. The pure devotee always has Krishna within his heart. And with the presence of Krishna, who is just like the sun, the darkness of ignorance is at once dissipated. This is the special mercy rendered to the pure devotee by Krishna. So all the great demigods, devatas, rishi munis, they constantly try to find Krishna. But when Krishna revealed to Narad, when he said, Narad, you know what? Everyone is looking for me, but I am not to be found in Vaikuntha. I am not to be found in the temples. I am to be found in the heart of my pure devotees. If you have to find me, you go and surrender to a pure devotee. This is where you are going to find me. So we have to take shelter of pure devotees to be able to understand Krishna. And second thing is love. If we challenge Krishna, if we challenge the authorities, the scriptures, we are light years away from understanding Krishna. Like we see Damodar Leela, Mother Yashoda, the great people, they wouldn't even dare to look Krishna into the eyes. And here Mother Yashoda, she is holding a stick. And Krishna is running. Krishna is running and Mother Yashoda is holding a stick chasing Krishna. This is a very wonderful, never ever happened before scene. No one can imagine this. Supreme person, God. People bow down. It is said that in Vaikuntha, there is the clinking of the helmets of Lord Brahma 24 hours. And all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, they stand in queue just to take 5 minutes or 1 minute association meeting with Lord Vishnu. This is the Aishwarya Bhava of Krishna. That is a partial expansion, Vishnu or Narayan. Sankarshan, that is just partial, and still there is a queue. The Lord Brahmas of different universes, they stand in queue. And then Jay and Vijay, they are checking the schedule. Oh yes, you are next, you go. Now you stand in queue. After 2 minutes, you will get your chance. No one has the audacity to look Krishna directly into the eye. And here, Mother is holding a stick and running to hit Krishna with the stick. And everyone is amazed. And why is this happening? Because of love. Because Mother Yashoda never thought of Krishna as God. She always thought of him as his child. And Krishna reciprocated. Ye yatham nam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajam. I reciprocate as per you approach me. Right? So due to the contamination of material association, through many millions of births, one's heart is always covered with the dust of materialism, but when one engages in devotional service and constantly chants Hare Krishna, the dust quickly clears and one is elevated to the platform of pure knowledge. The ultimate goal, Vishnu, can be attained only by this chant and by devotional service and not by mental speculation or argument. The pure devotee does not have to worry about the material necessities of life. He need not be anxious because when he removes the darkness from his heart, everything is provided automatically by the Supreme Lord, who is pleased by the loving devotional service of the devotee. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad-gītā. By studying Bhagavad-gītā, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord and engage himself in the pure devotional service. As the Lord takes charge, one becomes completely free from all kinds of materialistic endeavors. So this is the real purpose of Bhagavad-gītā. I can speak the verses very beautifully and I might be very intelligent materially. But if my goal of studying Bhagavad-gītā is to make money and a business out of it, then I'm a fool. I'm fool number one. This is not what Bhagavad-gītā is about. Bhagavad-gītā is about ending all my material desire. But here I am. I am having a material desire that I will teach Bhagavad-gītā and take money from people. Right? So have I understood Bhagavad-gītā? Absolutely not. So there was this there was a German scholar who had done PhD in Bhagavad-gītā. So the people of ISKCON, they were very intrigued in India. Oh, who is this German? They know Bhagavad-gītā. So they tried to contact, and this German scholar, he actually invited them to Germany. That please come, I know ISKCON is very famous for Bhagavad-gītā, so let's have discussion. So when the devotee entered the chamber of that scholar, he saw that he's sitting on his table with Bhagavad-gītā on the table. When he's sitting in the chair, Bhagavad-gītā on the table, and there was a cigarette in his hand. And then he's saying, let's come and discuss Bhagavad-gītā. It was understood that even though he proclaims to be a scholar, he might be very good with Sanskrit, with understanding the flow of Sanskrit and grammar and Vyakran and everything, but he did not understand even 0.1% of Bhagavad-gītā. So this is the real Bhagavad-gītā, that we have to understand who we are, who Krishna is, what we are supposed to do, and what should be our end goal, going back to Krishna Lok. Okay? So this is the Chaturshloki Gita, and now here, for the first time, with this conversation, Arjun, everything is clear to Arjun. No more questions now. He says, yes, now I remember who you are. So we'll take these two verses the next class. I will stop here and I will open the floor for question and answer. Please let me know if there's any. Okay, yes, Shakuntala Mataji, will begin with you. Though it is your first class. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, my question is, what is the duty of a mother? As a mother, she has responsibilities, and I know mother has treated as she has to any situation she has to look after her kids. But if there is any question on her motherhood, what should she do? Like Krishna, Arjun was aware of that they are all his family members whom he is going to fight.
Yeah.
So same if a question on a mother's motherhood from the people who are very close one, what should a mother do?
So when you say motherhood, so is it what is the context? So is it like the mother should take more care of the child? What is the context?
So the question on her services
towards the family.
Krishna said you towards the family, yes.
Yeah, towards the family. Okay.
What should a mother do?
Yeah. So we have to understand that this spiritual, we have come from spiritual world first thing first. Okay. Now we had certain desires. That is the reason why we are in this material world. Because of those desires, we have certain debt, and we got this body. That means we have to go through certain activities. Now, ideal household life is where Krishna is in the center, okay? The husband, the wife, the kids, they're all worshipping Krishna and they're all progressing together to go back to Krishna. This is ideal. But because we are trapped in this material world, it's very difficult to come to that ideal life. It will take us many lives. Now what's happening is, whatever we are doing, there are some past bad karmas associated with us. That means we did something bad in our previous lives. Okay? And that is the reason someone questions us. Let's say I might be a good brother, I might be a good husband. I think that I am doing the best I can. Or maybe this is the best I can do. I cannot go beyond this. But the other person might have more expectations from me. Right? They would say, oh no, you should do more. You learned how to cook sabzi, now you have to learn how to cook roti also. I am trying, but it's not easy for me. What do I do? So first things first, Mataji, I have to understand that this is my prarabdha that is coming in that form. Okay? That is why I am being agitated today. If I don't understand this, I will lose my mind because I will think I am giving my soul, my life, my heart to this family. Why are they not understanding this? So the first thing is, Mataji, it's not them. They are just the medium. Like in my last two class, I told that when a postman comes to you with a letter, let's say you got a speeding ticket, or let's say you killed someone, and the court sent you a letter that you have to come and go to the jail. You should not punch the postman that why are you taking me to the jail? No. I did something wrong. The postman just came to give me the letter. Similarly, today you are doing something good for your family, let's say for your kids, but let's say some close one is pointing a finger at you that you should be giving more attention. So first thing first is that it's not them. They are just the postman. They are just the messengers. It was my product. I had to go through it. Can I do something about it? No. Unfortunately, no. Product, you will have to go through it. But does that mean that there is no hope? Shall I commit suicide? No. There is hope. The hope is that Krishna says, the moment you take shelter of me, the moment, from that day onwards, he transfers everything, all our product to his account. Still we are going to get the product. It's not that we are completely freed. Why? Because still we have so much of desires. But whatever we are getting now, after chanting or after reading Bhagavad-gītā, Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam, associating with the devotees doing service in the temple. Now we are getting only 1%, Mataji. 99% is reduced. And you will get to know this with time. Okay? So this is the only hope.
So in that case, Prabhuji, I should not think that there is when in my heart I feel there is no column for any improvement. How can I explain?
No, I got it. See, so you
I
think
see
that your material life should be improved. Your condition should improve.
Yeah, no, but I feel that I'm giving my 200%, like I'm fully devoted,
right.
like devoted doing chanting. So in that case, should I not think about myself in that case when people pointing on me, or should I still doing my responsibilities even if my heart is not happy, my mind is not happy?
Yeah, so we have to know our limit. Okay, like I know if you are going through something,
limit I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Limit. Where should I stop?
Yeah, right.
Should I stop myself getting?
Right. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So see, your case is a specific case. Okay, this will need a specific one-on-one session, because we cannot explain everything out in public. You might have a background story that maybe I don't know about. So I can just give you a general answer. But if it's a specific case, then it has to be solved specifically. But a general answer is this much only, Mataji, that Krishna chooses someone. Okay? Krishna chooses someone to chant this Mahamantra. And when Krishna chooses someone, then it is guaranteed that they will get agitation materially with their family, with their job, with their surroundings, or also in the temple with other devotees. This is sure to come by, because unless we clear 5th class, how are we going to go to the 6th class? How are we going to the 7th class? But again, understand, Krishna will never give you a problem you cannot solve or you cannot overcome. It is said, right, that no one makes the lock without a key. Every lock has a key. So if you are going through something today, Mataji, okay, be assured that Krishna will give you the intelligence and the strength to take care of the situation. And if he knows that this is it, this is the limit, you cannot take it anymore, he will find you differently. Don't worry about that.
I got my answer, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for that. Prabhuji, the one thing that I went to India recently, and in India there is my house. So in my house there is lots of insects that appear. So we have to do pest control from time to time. So
right.
So should we do it or should we not do it? Because
so if you have read the first chapter of Bhagavad-gītā, certain the insects like scorpions, and they are allowed to be killed, right? 6 type of aggressor, remember? When Arjun said, Now if these insects, they are coming as a hindrance to preparing bhog or something, then I think what you should do, I'm not recommending this to everyone, but switch on Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the house, Prabhupada state, okay? And then you go for this pesticide control. So at least they are hearing this Hare Krishna Mahamantra before they quit their body. Okay? Second is that you check with a sannyasi, the guru that you are aspiring from, or if you have a guru. They are going to tell you, because they know they will have to take all your sins, isn't it? So they would be the best person to comment on what should you do. But yeah, I know it's difficult in India. Even in my house, there are so many cockroaches. And if they are not gone through pesticide, then whatever prasad or bhog is prepared, it's all, it's not pure anymore. So then it becomes a hindrance in serving Krishna. So in that situation, we do this. Turn on the tape, Hare Krishna Mahamantra throughout the house, and call the pesticide control people.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
And Prabhuji, one more question I had, which is also related. So let's say I have to take some medicines, like, or I have to take COVID vaccine, but this is tested on animals and animals are harmed while making this. So what should we do? Like most of the medicines are tested on animals. So,
right. So again, I think whatever you have to do in order to sustain your bhakti and to propagate the bhakti, you should do that. For instance, we are not supposed to be sitting in Ireland today. This is a sin as per the Shastra. You should never cross the ocean and go to a foreign land for earning. You will get sin. But here we are. But we are going for the propagation of chanting and propagating this Krishna consciousness movement. If we wouldn't come here, then how would this Nagaradi Gram prediction be fulfilled? Right? Like Prabhupada would say, eat meat but preach. Isn't it? That if you don't get any vegetation and it's only meat that you are getting, but if you get the chance to preach, you prefer preaching. Don't worry about breaking the regulative principle. I will take care of that. So similarly, Prabhuji, if taking vaccination, you ensure that now I will dedicate my life in preaching, so that when I go back, I will take at least 10 people with me. Then there won't be any problem, Prabhu. You get my point?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Very good. Yes, Abhishek Dwedi, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, am I audible?
You are audible, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My question is related to the analogy that you have taken, the postman, the person who only gives the message.
Yeah.
And then you also said somebody said bad things also. Then also you should think that he is not the one who is saying it's a message of your prarabdha karma and all those things.
Right.
Keeping that into continuation, if somebody is saying bad things to us, or somebody is doing bad deeds to us, should we continue to think like that it is my prarabdha karma?
No. So what I meant was that if that gives you mental torment, okay, so you have to understand the reality. Don't shoot the messenger. You've heard that phrase, right? But let's say if someone is hitting me, I wouldn't be standing there like a fool saying that, oh yes, this is my prarabdha, kill me. No, I would run to save my life. That would be foolish. If a buffalo is coming on the road to hit me, I wouldn't stand there like a foolish person. I would run, I would save myself. But I would be very clear in my thoughts that it was because of my prarabdha. That's what I'm saying. So you have a chance to make good prarabdha going forward. And you have a chance to defend yourself as well. When I say don't shoot the messenger, it means, so I will give you an example. So in the temple, when someone renounces everything, they become a monk. Okay. Let's say someone is in the Pune temple and they're not getting well along with the other devotees. And then one of them said, I will go to Mumbai temple now. So this was the example given to them. He was told that you really think that it is those devotees that is causing a problem. If you go to Mumbai, you will get the same set of problems in a different way. Because it's your prarabdha that's coming back to you. It's like when you are haunted. Okay? Doesn't matter where you go. You go to London, you go to Netherlands, you go to Ireland, you go to Delhi, that ghost will keep haunting you. No matter what. That is our prarabdha. Can't do anything about it. But yeah, when someone is constantly, let's say, I am in a house, okay? And these people are non-devotees and they torture me every time. Don't do Mangal Aarti, don't chant, don't wake up in the morning, this and that. They are drinking liquor, they are doing all nonsensical activity. Now, I have choice. I can move out of the house. I know this is my prarabdha. That is the reason I'm getting such people in my life. But I can do something about it. I will go back to someplace else. Still, prarabdha is going to come in a different way, but I will tackle it. I will tackle in a different way. Third prarabdha will come, I will tackle that prarabdha as well. But for my peace of mind, I should not be agitated. Why me? Why is it coming to me all the time? I am not doing anything wrong because I did wrong somewhere in some past life. Understood? But these cases I'm telling you where you cannot tolerate. But where you can tolerate, you must tolerate. Someone is insulting you. Okay? I can tolerate that. It's okay, fine. I said something, someone said something to me, it's okay. A devotee said something to me, no problem, it's okay. I was not given the due respect, okay, fine, no problem. I wouldn't be all crazy about it. So you're understanding now?
Yes, Prabhuji, I understand it.
Yeah.
That we need, as long as we can control and the situation is not harmful to us.
Yeah,
then
draw the line.
Yeah.
You must know where to draw the line. Once a junkie was attacking Prabhupada, so Prabhupada had to run to save his life. He did not say, oh, I am from Golok, I am a pure devotee. How can he touch me? Krishna will save me. No, he ran for his life. He's teaching us that in such situations, do what you can. But then don't blame everything on Krishna and don't blame everything that why is happening to me again and again and again. This is our wrongdoing. It will come no matter what. But again, like I told Mataji, that Krishna says, Kauntiya pratijanihi namehe bhakta pranashyati, and I have experienced in my life as well, where things could have gone really, really south way. I wouldn't be even alive. I tell you the fact. I wouldn't be even alive today if it was not chanting. Because I was chanting, somehow Krishna saved me from the gravest of situations. And I'm still alive today. Okay? But still, draw your line.
Understand, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the class, Prabhuji. Prabhu, I have a question. Let's say if someone has some desires before entering Krishna consciousness or understanding the consequences of desire, then and later on he or she does not want it anymore in his life, how would that, what would...
Dhruv Maharaj. So Dhruv Maharaj had a desire to get a palace bigger than Lord Brahma's. Lord Brahma lives in a 1,000 bedroom apartment made of necklace, pearls, gold. And then Dhruv Maharaj wanted a house, a kingdom greater than Lord Brahma's. Now when he started meditating for 6 months, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, at the end of 6 months, Lord Narayan came and then he gave him direct darshan and gave him blessing. At that time, Dhruv Maharaj said that my all desires are gone now. My Lord, all desires are gone. I wanted pieces of glasses. What are those 1,000 bedroom apartment? That's nothing compared to what you are. I was a fool. But then Lord Narayan said, because you had desire, I will fulfill both your desires. I will fulfill your spiritual desire and your material desire as well. So you wanted a kingdom greater than Brahma. I will give you that kingdom. So he gave him Dhruvalok. Still we can see that today. The most brightest star in the sky is Dhruvalok. So he told Dhruv Maharaj, you will rule there in that Dhruvalok for a certain duration and you will never fall down. From there, once your duration is over, you will come back to me. So it's the best of both worlds. Okay, like when we have to go back to Godhead. Okay, Prabhuji. So what is happening is we will get two choices. First, a Viman will come and directly Krishna will say or Prabhupada will say, let's go. Or your Guru Maharaj will say, let's go. They will take us by the hand. Or second, if Krishna knows that I have sacrificed many things in my life, I had many material desires, but I sacrificed everything purely for love of Krishna. So Krishna will say, I will fulfill all your material desires. And I will give you the boon that you will not fall down. You will still come back to me. So then he will send me to different lokas in the different universes where I can, let's say I wanted to become a Gandharva, I wanted to sing beautifully. So I will go to Gandharva Lok. I wanted to dance. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. So I will be going through all these. And this is written in Bhagavad-gītā. It's not just I'm saying you something. We will read it the purpose later. We will go there. We will get all the enjoyment. And then there is a boon from Krishna that you will not fall back to this material world. From there you will be pulled back to Golok Vrindavan Dham or Vaikuntha Dham. Okay? So even if we have desires, Prabhu, Krishna will take care of it, provided we don't have any further desire. Dhruv Maharaj did not have any further material desire after that. That is important, okay?
Got it, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yes, Shama Sakhi Mataji. You are on mute if you want to say something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, my question is, like you explained before to other Mataji, whenever we are getting any pain in our life, we are not doing good. Particularly, I am talking about devotees.
Yeah.
So, what will you understand? That is, I am reaping for my karma, or it is Krishna's taste?
Okay, so the Krishna's taste is for very pure devotees, Mataji. Okay, so for able to Krishna to test us, we should have taken sannyas. We are not there yet. Now we are struggling with our prarabdha. Understand, Krishna will take test, Mataji, once we have completely mastered our senses. I am struggling to wake up in the morning. I am struggling to eat 2 meals a day. I want 3 times, 4 times a day. It's difficult for me to do Ekadashi. What will Krishna test me for? I am a child. Why would he waste his test? So first I am struggling with my prarabdha. Maya Devi will test me first, and when she is like, okay, now this is too rigid, then finally Krishna will test me, and that test is not easy. It's a very difficult test. Like the gopis. The gopis wanted Krishna as their husbands. So they did very, very difficult vrat in December. In the morning, they would go take bath in Yamuna Ji. It was extremely cold at that time. And then they would worship Mata Katyayani to get Krishna as husband. Now, and this is 5,000 years back, when there was a lots of chastity. Now you see, people, if you ask them, I was just listening to something today, that someone was wearing very short dress. Mataji was wearing very short dress. So this interviewer asked her to put on nice clothes. She became very offended. Who are you to tell me? And then she started giving all the logic, and she was very furious about it. So he laughed. He said, in Mahabharat, someone was wearing full dress, and when someone tried to disrobe, there was a fight. Mahabharat. And now the times have changed. In Kal Yug, अभी क्या हो रहा है कि आप कपड़े नहीं पहने हो, मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कपड़े पहन लो बहन, तो आप महाभारत कर रहे हो. So आप सोचिए कि 5,000 years back, where सब लोग बहुत अच्छे से अपने आप को ढक के रखते थे, उस समय कृष्णा, he asked all the gopis to completely become naked in front of him. Now this is not an easy task, क्योंकि आप उस जमाने में रह रहे हो जहां पे chastity is very high, and यहाँ पर एक बालक आपसे बोल रहा है कि you do not wear anything, and उसके बाद they did it, and then Krishna accepted everyone as his wife. तो इतना आसान टेस्ट नहीं होता है. फिर वहां पे हरिदास ठाकुर 21 बाजारों में कोड़े मारे गए, इतने कोड़े मारे कि मारने वाले भी थक गए कि मर जाओ, नहीं तो हमको मार दिया जाएगा. सो दिस इज द काइंड ऑफ टेस्ट जो वहां पे लिया जाता है. सुदामा कृष्ण के सखा थे, फिर भी क्या टेस्ट हुआ उनका कि इतनी दरिद्रता देखी कि हड्डी एक एक दिखती थी उनकी. फिर भी वो गए कृष्ण के पास, और तभी भी उन्होंने एक चीज भी नहीं मांगी कृष्ण से. तब कृष्ण ने उनको सब कुछ दे दिया, फिर भी वो कुटिया में ही रहे उसके बाद भी. ये टेस्ट होता है एक भक्त का. तो अभी तो हम लोग, आई डोंट नो अबाउट यू, बट आई कैन टेल फॉर मी, आई एम नॉट देयर येट. अभी प्रारब्ध से जूझ रहे हैं, फिर माया देवी से जूझेंगे, और उसके बाद दोनों से क्लियर झंडी मिल जाएगी, तब कृष्णा देंगे हमारा टेस्ट. बट अभी प्रारब्ध, टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन,
to get free from this human life is not possible, I think.
It's not possible with our attempt. It is possible by Guru's mercy, Mataji. There is 100% chance of us going back to Krishna Lok. This is not an understatement. There is 100% opportunity, provided we follow our Guru religiously. ठीक है, हम नहीं कर सकते, कोई चांस ही नहीं है, बट गुरु करेंगे हमारे लिए. उन्होंने हमें वचन दिया है दीक्षा के समय. So he will pull us back. बट हमको वो करना है, वो छतरी खोलनी है अंदर. बट उसको बंद रखा तो फिर कुछ नहीं होने वाला हमारा. ओके. और हम टेस्ट दे ही तो रहे हैं. सुबह उठना मंगल आरती में क्या आसान बात है? पाश्चात्य देश में आके इतना आसान नहीं है मंगल आरती में उठना. डेली 16 माला करना पूरे जीवन भर आसान बात है? नहीं है, कर रहे हैं. एकादशी करना आसान बात है? नहीं है, कर रहे हैं. तो ये सब भी मामूली चीजें नहीं, हमको इसलिए मामूली लग रहा है क्योंकि हम अभी डिवोटी एसोसिएशन में, नहीं तो अभी जब एसोसिएशन नहीं मिला था, मैं जब 8 साल पहले आया था तब कुछ नहीं था यहाँ पे, मैं अकेला मंदिर में करता था चैंटिंग, एक इंसान नहीं था। मुझे मंदिर शाम में बोलते थे बंद है, घर जाओ, यहाँ पर क्यों आते हो चैंटिंग करने। सो वो सब भी झेला यहाँ पर, बट स्टिल दैट वॉज डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी। मैं डेली सुबह अकेले उठता था ठंड में इसी घर में, आई रिमेम्बर देयर वॉज नो वन, बट अभी आई हैव यू, सो इट्स वेरी इजियर फॉर मी कि आई नो कि अगर मैं नहीं उठूंगा तो गुरुमुख प्रभु खड़े रहेंगे वहां पे ऑनलाइन, या कोई और खड़ा रहेगा तो मुझे उनके वजह से उठना पड़ेगा। सो आई हैव मोटिवेशन नाउ, उस समय तो कुछ भी नहीं था। तो सिमिलरली जो हम यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं वो इजी इसलिए लग रहा है क्योंकि एक दूसरे सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं। आप करके देख लो अकेले, बड़ा मुश्किल है, बट कृष्णा इज वॉचिंग दैट ना, वो देख रहे हैं कि इतना होने के बाद भी, इतना झेलने के बाद भी, रास लीला के लिए जब निधि वन में बुलाया कृष्ण ने सबको, उस समय सब शादीशुदा थे गोपियां, किसी के हस्बैंड डांट रहे थे, किसी के सास ससुर डांट रहे थे, सब कुछ छोड़ के गोपियां आ गईं। क्यों? क्योंकि कृष्ण ने बुलाया है रास के लिए। अब जब सब कुछ छोड़ के आ गए, कृष्ण बोलते हैं तुम लोग तो शादीशुदा हो, तुम लोग क्यों मुंह उठाकर आ गए यहाँ पे? सोचिए, अब वो वापस भी नहीं जा सकते। क्यों? क्योंकि सबको पता है कि ये रास लीला में जा रहे हैं, ना इधर के ना उधर के, फिर भी वो डटे रहे कि नहीं हम तो आपके साथ ही रहेंगे कृष्ण। तब रास लीला हुई। तो कृष्ण टेस्ट लेंगे, जरूर लेंगे, पर वो ऐसा टेस्ट लेंगे जहां पे हम खड़े उतरेंगे, वो हमें पता है और वो उनको पता है। हमको वो तैयार कर रहे हैं, और हमको तैयार कौन करता है? माता तैयार करती है, राधा रानी। ओके, सो जब बच्चा गंदा होता है तो पिता बोलते हैं कि माता को कि इसको नहलाओ, अच्छे से वस्त्र पहनाओ, तब लाओ मेरे पास। पहले के जमाने में यही होता था, राइट? कि माता से बोला जाता था, फिर माता बच्चे को नहलाती धुलाती थी, अच्छे से वस्त्र पहनाती थी, श्रृंगार करती थी, तब जाके पिता के गोद में बच्चा आता था। वही हमारी सिचुएशन। अभी हम गंदे हैं, बहुत गंदगी हमारे अंदर, काम क्रोध लोभ मोह मत मात्सर्य। तो ये काम कौन कर रहा है सफाई का? राधा रानी, मतलब सारी गोपियां, ललिता विशाखा, ये सब हमको साफ सफाई में लगी हुई है। किसके थ्रू? हमारे गुरु के थ्रू। ये जो भी गुरु हमारे हैं, ये सब उन्हीं के लीनियज में आ रहे हैं, राधा रानी के लीनियज में। ये हमारी सफाई करेंगे, जब ये हमारी सफाई करेंगे तब राधा रानी हमको प्रेजेंट करेंगे कृष्णा के गोद में कि अब ये बच्चा साफ हो गया, इसके साथ खेलो अभी। ओके, तो टेस्ट होगा, परंतु वो उसका टेंशन नहीं लेना। टेंशन अभी हमको लेना है कि जो प्रारब्ध से हम जो जूझ रहे हैं और जो हमारे अंदर अनर्थ है, इसको जिस दिन खत्म हो जाएगा, एंड यस, हम माया देवी का टेस्ट जब खत्म हो जाएगा, कृष्णा इज वेरी स्वीट, वो टेस्ट लेंगे, पर जो उन्होंने टेस्ट लिया, सुदामा का देख लो या गोपियों का देख लो, वो कंप्लीट भाव में थे। उनके लिए वो टेस्ट नहीं था। हमको ऐसा लगता है कि वासुदेव को कितना दुख, कितना कष्ट हुआ होगा कृष्ण को उठा के मथुरा से गोकुल में ले जाने में, परंतु उनको बड़ा आनंद आ रहा था। आप सोचिए, आप भगवान को उठा रहे हो, अपने चेस्ट पे लगाकर भगवान को जा रहे हो, आपको काहे का दुख होगा? अपीयर होता है ऐसा मटीरियली, बाहर के दृष्टिकोण से, कि वो कितने दुखी थे। देखो इतनी बारिश हो रही है, आंधी तूफान है, काली रात है, वो ले जा रहे हैं, पर वो बड़े आनंद में थे। उसी तरीके से ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि अरे ऐसा कैसे चैलेंज रख दिया गोपियों के सामने, कौन बोलता है ऐसे कपड़े उतार दो। फिर भी वो तो इसीलिए तो व्रत कर रही है कि हमको ऐसा हस्बैंड मिले। अब हस्बैंड वाइफ में काहे का पर्दा होता है, राइट? तो जो कंप्लीट भाव में चला गया है उसको टेस्ट लगता ही नहीं है। पर क्योंकि उसमें क्या होता है ना, वो रेसिप्रोकेशन होता है। आप गाली भी दे सकते हो भगवान को, जैसे जो भी सखा भाव में ही भगवान को देखते हैं वो तो सीधे गाली देते हैं। एक कथा आती है इसकी भक्तमाल में, कि एक भक्त थे और वो इतने उच्च कोटि के शुद्ध भक्त थे कि कृष्ण उनके साथ आकर खेलते थे, वो पुजारी थे, फिर भी वो कृष्ण को सुबह सुबह छोड़ के चले जाते थे मंगल आरती करने। तो कृष्ण बोलते थे यार मैं तेरे सामने खड़ा हूं, तू क्यों छोड़ के चला जाता है, खेल मेरे साथ। बोला कि तू जो है ना, तेरा भरोसा नहीं है, अभी तू आ रहा है खेलने, लेकिन तू स्वराट है, तू तेरे मन का मालिक है, तू अगले क्षण चला जाएगा, मैं क्या करूं। लेकिन जो तेरा विग्रह है ना मंदिर में, वो कहीं नहीं छोड़ के मुझे जाने वाला है, इसलिए वो मेरी प्रायोरिटी। अब सोचिए, आपके सामने कृष्ण खेल रहे हैं आपके साथ, और आप बीच में गेम छोड़ के चले जा रहे हो बोल के कि 3 बज गई सुबह, मंगल आरती के लिए मुझे जाना, मैं पुजारी हूँ सो एंड सो मंदिर का। वो रोक रहे हैं, आप बोल रहे हैं कि तू जा भाड़ में, तू तो भाग जाएगा, तेरा कोई भरोसा नहीं है, वो विग्रह नहीं भागेगा, तो मैं उसकी पूजा करूंगा। उसी तरीके से एक और भक्त हुए, उनका भी ऐसा था कि वो जप रहे हैं, उसके बाद कृष्ण आ ही नहीं रहे,
वो इतने नाराज हुए कि बोले कि मैं कुछ करूंगा ही नहीं आज से, सब सेवा वन सब कुछ। तो कृष्ण साक्षात उनके सामने आके प्रकट हो गए। तो ऐसा कभी कभी मान भी होता है। एक बार क्या हुआ कि एक भक्त थे, वो भगवान का बहुत, वो भी पुजारी थे, बहुत अच्छे से करते थे सब कुछ पूरा दिल लगा के। एक बार वो पंखा चामर कर रहे थे और गलती से क्या हुआ कि उनको झपकी आई, नींद आई और वो जो पंखा था वो जाके कृष्ण को लगा। कृष्ण उठे और एक झापड़ मारा कि गाली भी दी उन्होंने। वो गाली गलौज चलता है वहां पे जब आप ये हो दोस्त हो, तो उन्होंने झापड़ मार दिया इसको। अब ये इतने गुस्से में आए, ये बोले कि साले तू समझता क्या है अपने आप को, पूरा जीवन रगड़ रगड़ के तेरे लिए मैंने किया, अब एक दिन गलती से थोड़ा सा लग गया, वैसे तो गोवर्धन उठाता है, हिरण्यकशिपु को मारता है, हल्का सा पंखा नहीं झेल पाए तू और झापड़ मार दिया मुझे, आज से सब कुछ बंद। और उसके बाद उधर ही के उधर वो छोड़े, ना श्रृंगार किए, ना उनको पूरे दिन भोग पवाए। रात शाम हो गया तो इनके गुरु आए, वो देखे अरे ऑल्टर ऐसे खुला हुआ है, श्रृंगार नहीं हुआ है भगवान का, पता किए तो सुबह से भोग नहीं लगा है, क्या हो गया। फिर गए वो जाके पूछे दरवाजा खटखटा के कि क्या हुआ है, तो बहुत गुस्से में थे शिष्य, बोले जाके पूछ लो उसी से, वो बताएगा क्या हुआ है। तो फिर गुरुजी भी बहुत पहुंचे हुए थे, वो तुरंत गए विग्रह से बात करने लगे कि क्या हो गया, तो बताए कि ऐसा 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 हो गया है। गोविंद देव नाम था इनका, इन भक्त का। तो गए गोविंद, अरे वो तो कुछ और बोल रहा है, वो तो बोल रहा है कि तूने उसको मारा, उसने तो कुछ नहीं किया। तो ये एकदम गुस्से में आए और जो गाली देना चालू किए कि अच्छा ये झूठा एक नंबर का, इसने ये नहीं बताया कि इसने क्या किया मेरे साथ, जीवन भर इसके लिए मैंने किया और देखो थोड़े से के लिए इसने मुझे झापड़ मार दिया, अब तो खत्म रिश्ता मेरा इससे आज। फिर उसके बाद अब गुरु जी पड़ गए, यहाँ पे भगवान एक बात बोल रहा है, यहाँ पे भक्त एक बार बोल रहे हैं, वो दोनों को समझ नहीं पाए। फिर भगवान को यहाँ जोड़कर बोले कि भैया देखो आप दोनों का आपसी मामला है, मुझे बीच में मत घसीटो इसमें, जो भी है कर लो सॉर्ट, नहीं तो आपको खाना नहीं मिलेगा समझ लो, मैं तो चला जाऊंगा बाहर, पुजारी ये तुम्हारा है, अगर भूखे रहना चाहते हो तो लड़ो, और अगर भूखे नहीं रहना चाहते हो तो सुलह कर लो। फिर भगवान आते हैं स्वयं और जाके गले लगाते हैं और माफी मांगते हैं गोविंद देव से कि भैया माफ कर दे, मेरे से गलती हो गई, अभी आगे से ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा। तो जब उस स्टेज पर, कोई भाव के स्टेज पर कंप्लीट पहुंच जाता है ना माता जी, तब उसके बाद ये टेस्ट तो टेस्ट लगता ही नहीं है। जैसे प्रभुपाद सब कुछ लीजिए, फैक्ट्री में आग लगा दी, इतनी मेहनत से एक एक रुपए जोड़ रहे थे बैक टू गॉडहेड मैगजीन के लिए, सब चीज के लिए, पूरा आग लग गया, कोई टेंशन नहीं है। टेस्ट लिया ना भगवान ने। भगवान बोलते हैं कि जब मैं किसी पे कृपा करता हूं तो मैं उसका सब ले लेता हूँ, ये टेस्ट है। अब प्रभुपाद जोर जोर से हंसे, अरे वाह, आज फाइनली जाके भगवान ने कृपा किया मेरे ऊपर। हम तो परेशान हो जाते हैं कि इतना जप रहे हैं आपका नाम और आपने फैक्ट्री में आग लगा दी हमारे, हमको अब भिखारी बना दिया आपने। पर वो समझे क्योंकि वो पूर्ण रूप से कृष्ण भावना भावित थे। सो वो तभी आपका टेस्ट लेंगे जब आप उस लायक हो। अभी मेरा तो आके वो टेस्ट नहीं ले सकते हैं, उनको पता है जो थोड़ा बहुत कर रहा है वो भी नहीं करने वाला ही। ठीक है जी, ओके। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? ठीक है, सो थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। आई होप सबने 25 माला किए हैं, जिन्होंने नहीं किए हैं, जो आप जितना भी कर रहे हो एटलीस्ट ट्राई की 2 एक्स्ट्रा माला करो, 4 करते हो तो 6 करते हो तो 8, एंड देन वील मीट अगेन probably on Thursday, I don't know, let's see. Yes, Ankota Prabhu, you have something to say?
No. I got a little late when I was listening to the lecture in the bus.
Oh, okay.
I had to go to the temple to meet the Giriraj.
Okay. Oh yeah, you have your lecture coming up on the 1st of December, right?
That's right, yeah.
Right.
Okay, luckily he told me, you can put your mobile phone on in the bus and it worked well. It worked well.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, fine.
I got out, I came in and in. So,
okay.
Yeah, that was
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let's finish here. Vanchakalpatarubhescha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah ananta koti vaishnavindaki jai. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining.